The most hated streamer in the world cannot stop making things worse for himself. From dancing shirtless in public, to cursing at and threatening the judge handling his case.
Judge, prosecutor, y'all can suck my dick. Yeah. Suck off. Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my dick. Bring a fish to your mother's house. I don't care.
Johnny's on a one-man mission to self-destruct, and at this rate, it won't be long before the phrase digging your own grave comes with a picture of Johnny as its definition. The last time I talked about him, he was claiming to be a conduit of evil, someone who's willing to do whatever his viewers ask him as long as they give him money.
If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist, and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
Unfortunately for everyone else, he wasn't lying. He's since spiraled into even further degeneracy, willing to cross any moral line just so he can cling on to the little relevance he has left. And if that wasn't bad enough, the Korean authorities are now investigating him for a crime so disgusting, it overshadows everything else he's done so far.
Ramsey Khalid Ismail is under police. He has been referred to the prosecutor. Serious consideration of child sexual harassment.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today, we're taking yet another look at the train wreck that is Johnny Somali. How he's somehow found a way to sink even lower than before, and in a twist that defies all logic, how his vile actions are paradoxically paving the way for a better reality everywhere else. But until that positive change happens, everyone is stuck dealing with a guy like Johnny, who decided that he wasn't charged with enough crimes already and started harassing other streamers to add one more offense to his name.
Nana, what's up? Somali! Nana Somali! No! Nana Somali!
Go away, go away.
He stream sniped a creator known as Slightly Homeless and approached him without warning just to be a part of his content.
What the? What? Wait.
Yo!
Wait.
Switch the camera around!
Wait.
Switch the camera!
Wait.
Here.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're setting me up. This is a setup.
You might.
Hey, you're gonna get me killed, dude.
Slightly Homeless knew exactly who Johnny was and wanted no part of him. But when he tried to walk away, Johnny began chasing him through the streets like a lunatic.
I think it's too late. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. You're just following me. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go, dude. Dude, I don't have no. Dude, get the.
From there, he kept stream sniping Slightly Homeless to find his location and show up wherever he went, all while harassing Slightly Homeless's girlfriend, a Japanese streamer, Nana, as well.
Nana, what's up? Somali! Nana Somali! No! Nana Somali!
Go away, go away. Go away, go away.
Why you acting like you are?
Go away, go away, go away.
High five!
Go away, go away. Go away. Go away, go away, go away.
When they refused to entertain his stalking, he went full maniac mode and started hurling extremely inappropriate and derogatory terms at Nana.
Remember when I told you Nagadashi, Nagadashi? Oh!
Timor na. Timor.
Timore, why are you saying that?
The only way they got away from Johnny was by taking shelter in a police station.
Johnny Somali stalking.
Something Johnny responded to by threatening to slap Nana and stalk her again the next day.
Let Nana come, I'll slap the fuck out of that bitch in front of her boyfriend, nigga. Give a fuck.
You mean I'm on that bitch tomorrow? If Nana's live, I'm on that bitch.
Basically the story.
You think you stopped me? If Nana's live, I'm on that bitch tomorrow.
Fortunately, they managed to file a police report, resulting in Johnny getting slapped with yet another misdemeanor. However, this did little to stop Johnny, since, in his mind, he's done nothing wrong.
What are you talking about? Where's Nana? Is Nana outside? Is Nana outside? They told the judge this was twerking on the bus. This was twerking. How is that a crime?
But when you do that on strangers, that's harassment. Congratulations. Dude is completely losing it because he's slowly realizing his actions actually have consequences.
He even doubled down, went to a convenience store, and started blaring loud music, disrupting their business. Mind you, this is the same crime he's already being charged for already. Then, after getting home, he called the local police department to discuss the report Slightly Homeless filed against him, and with the help of Hank, tried to claim that the report was false.
조니 소말리랑 지금 어떤 연락을 받으신 거예요?
누가 Johnny가
네.
뭐를 했다고 하면서 거짓으로 신고를 했어요.
As if the police would just believe their word and drop the case immediately. Though maybe he genuinely believed something like this would happen, because when it didn't, he became furious and started cursing at the officer on the phone.
Shut the f up, you ass.
And as if that wasn't enough, the very next day he was out on the street, twerking in nothing but his boxers.
Korea number one!
All while telling others to call the police.
Call the police right side right now, nigga.
Call the police. Call the police now. Call the police right now.
But when the police did show up to arrest him again, he began panicking and started resisting arrest. However, while he was arrested, an officer dropped him back at home just a few hours later, which he was quick to brag about on Discord. What he fails to realize is that the Korean authorities are letting him roam free for a reason. Now, this is just a theory, but according to some rumors, the Korean officials are letting him do whatever he wants on purpose, just to let him stack up even more charges, which would make it much easier to lock him up for good. Even if that's not the case, Johnny's already doing a fantastic job of incriminating himself, all while live streaming the evidence. As a comment on YouTube puts it, it's so weird seeing a dude document his own self-destruction and revel in every moment of discourse. You'd think that after being humiliated in front of the entire world and being so close to spending the rest of his life behind bars, that he'd finally learn his lesson. Maybe just to lay low for a while. But nope, Johnny keeps on doubling down, even going as far as threatening to R-word female officers while he was detained for his obscene shirtless dancing.
They brought some females in Texas. They're lucky I don't just.
What makes this even worse is that this is far from the first time he's threatened to essay women. He did the same thing to female officers when he was in Israel.
Don't touch me. I'll slap that ass. I'll grab it too. Donald Trump told me grab it by the pussy. I'll grab that too.
And made even more vile threats against streamer Moxie.
Dirty ass fucking dirty bitch. Don't ever lie on my ass again. Ugly ass thought. Oh my God. I swear to God, I got niggas.
That said, he does have a 200 IQ plan to avoid jail time, and this plan is to get a bipolar disorder diagnosis so he can plead insanity.
And that me and Hank are gonna go to a psychiatrist pretty soon and bring the paperwork. We're gonna go to a psychiatrist here in Korea and bring them the paperwork of that. And hopefully he said it can help my case because I am diagnosed as bipolar 2 in America.
And while mental health can be taken into account during sentencing in South Korean courts, it's unlikely to do Johnny any favors, since he's publicly admitted to doing all the terrible things he does simply for money.
Why are you being racist to other people in other countries? Why are you bullying people in other countries? For money, like, for clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a at all. Like, period. Like, put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a.
But even if you ignore everything he said before getting arrested in Korea, his behavior since then is more than enough to reveal the evil person he truly is. Because when he's not out harassing people on the streets or making disturbing threats towards women, he's on stream trying to intimidate the Korean government by claiming he'll turn himself into a bioweapon.
Korea does not let me out of Korea. I'm telling you right now. It is a danger to the Korean women. I have had so much sex with Korean women while I've been locked. I don't get any STD tests and I make sure to spread whatever I have to all of these Korean women.
These threats are obviously nothing more than the idiotic ramblings of a man desperate to create drama, but as many on the internet hope for, maybe the Korean government should take them more seriously. At this point, he is a risk to the public health and safety. That's bioterrorism and could mark him as an enemy of the state. I do hope the Korean police and court system takes this seriously. Hypotheticals aside, it's clear the Korean authorities have no plans to let Johnny walk away scot-free, because as it turns out, they've launched yet another investigation into his past actions. This time for a crime far more serious than being obnoxious in a store or harassing people on the street.
Here's a new spicy charge. Take some time. Let this sink in.
This goes back to when Johnny visited the Lotte World theme park in Seoul. There, he left his Bluetooth speaker on, allowing donors to play any audio they wanted on it. And this was just as disastrous as you might expect. At one point during the stream, while surrounded by families, the text-to-speech on his speaker started repeating a disgusting Korean phrase, which essentially translates to "I want to have blank with children." Now, he might try to argue that he doesn't understand the language, so he was completely unaware of what it meant. However, that argument falls apart quickly when you realize park employees repeatedly begged him to turn the speaker off. Yet he kept refusing, claiming it was just his quote ringtone.
Sorry, ringtone.
So he's pretending it's his ringtone. He's not turning it down intentionally. Once again, willful negligence. Even if he doesn't understand the text, willful negligence around children.
He was calling me on the phone. Down. Okay.
He keeps it on full blast, by the way.
If convicted, this alone could add another 10 years to his prison sentence. But even that's not the end of his troubles. His second trial was set for May 16th, 2025, and according to reports from people who attended the hearing, he was late yet again. But unlike last time, Johnny, quote, didn't have a smile on his face, which does make sense. Depending on the conviction, he can be sentenced to over 36 years in prison. While he's still putting on the act of being bold and unbothered, he's most likely starting to feel the weight of possibly spending the next few decades locked up in a foreign prison. A good example of this pressure is his change of mind about emulating Kanye. You see, he initially wanted to show up to court dressed in a black KKK robe similar to Ye.
Think about the cake outfit at the court. Is that too crazy? The same one Kanye had.
He even went ahead and got one custom made before the hearing. But after talking about this plan for weeks and spending actual money on it, he decided not to wear it at the last minute. Knowing Johnny, the only reason he didn't go through with it was because he was scared of extending his sentence even further. And to make matters worse, there's nothing he could gain from being his unhinged self anymore. He's been perma-banned from high-paying platforms like Kick. So, at this point, he's destroying his life for free. In his own words, it's not worth it anymore.
It's worth it. At this point, no.
Unfortunately for Johnny, even if he suddenly decides to turn his life around now, it's too little too late. At this point, any regret he shows falls on deaf ears, because no one has any empathy left to give. He only regrets it now because the consequences are severe and can cost him over 30 years in a foreign prison, where they don't believe in things like pleading down and early parole. He also tried to blame his actions on alcohol.
You know what I mean? Like alcohol is definitely the reason why I've done so many great. And it's do not back down, never give up. It's not backing down, never giving up. It's about just bettering yourself as a person. I think I'd truly be a better person if I didn't drink alcohol. I feel like it doesn't bring anything better. It doesn't bring anything positive to my life, you know what I mean?
But much to his dismay, no one's buying that excuse. As a comment on YouTube puts it, he still takes zero accountability, now blaming alcohol for it all. What a turd. However, the biggest reason Johnny might be starting to clean up his act is because he's running out of support from all directions. He begged Ice Poseidon to unban him on Kick.
I don't think I'm a bad person. I want to come back to Kick.com. I want to stream on Kick again. I want to move past this. I literally do. I want to change.
But was shut down almost immediately. His parents disowned him.
You guys are my family. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you guys, my family disowned me. My dad the other day, I was like, do I really cause you that much stress? And my dad told me, you caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father.
And now, the only person who stood by him all this time, Hank, is also starting to feel the squeeze. He was begging for donations earlier, stating, "Legal fees are very taxing me. If anyone wants to help out with the legal fees, please donate." Also, Johnny has a travel ban. Korea doesn't let him work and doesn't give any support. Johnny is out of money now and I'm supporting him. There is no choice. He will starve if I don't. His parents also threatened to stop sending him money since he's wasting most of it on Johnny. And all of this is finally getting to him.
I'm getting also punished by South Korea because of guilty by association.
All of this is to say, even someone as stubborn as Johnny can't continue being a nuisance under these circumstances, which I suspect is why he pleaded not guilty to the 2 deepfake charges during the recent trial, as they're the ones that carry the bulk of his potential prison sentence. Unfortunately for Johnny, with the many clips of him proudly showcasing those videos himself, there's nothing he could say to successfully beat those charges. Though outside the courtroom, Johnny's infamy is starting to have a surprisingly positive impact on the world. As strange as that is, allow me to explain. In the beginning, Johnny's popularity looked like a bad thing for countries like Japan and Korea. People feared that many other nuisance IRL streamers would follow in his footsteps and make life a living hell for the residents of these countries. And while that did happen, it also had an unexpected side effect. Johnny's behavior made it painfully clear that the only real way to deal with these obnoxious streamers is to stand up to them. Now, people are no longer willing to let these streamers do whatever they want.
Come on, Japan, like, is this how it is?
What the? What are you doing? Yo, what the? Yo, I'm getting attacked. I'm getting attacked.
And even the authorities are becoming more proactive in arresting foreign streamers when they cause trouble, which can only be a good thing. The only thing left now is for Johnny to get what he deserves. His next trial is set up for August of this year, and from what I've seen, the Korean government is going to make an example out of him. They know that letting him off with just a slap on the wrist would send the wrong message, an open invitation for other streamers like him to do the same. The Korean authorities need to show the world exactly what happens when someone else comes into their country just to harass and disrespect their people. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any updates.